What's going on, y'all? This is Red-White Goblins. There was quite a bit of support for Goblin Tribal in Adventures in the Forgotten Realms, notably Battlecry Goblin, an uncommon that we saw in the Gruul video a little while ago. 2 mana 2/2 for 2 mana gives all your goblins +1/+0 and haste until end of turn, which is pretty strong. And Pack Tactics, if you attack with Power 6 or greater and it is attacking, you get a 1/1 Gobbo that is also attacking. Very nice for a 2-drop. And Hobgoblin Bandit Lord as a Goblin Lord, and for red and tap it can deal damage equal to any target equal to the number of goblins that enter the battlefield under your control, which isn't usually relevant. Usually it's just a 3 mana 2/3 that gives your goblins +1/+1, which is good enough on its own, but occasionally you can remove things with it. It's just we don't usually have more than like 2 goblins entering the battlefield at any one time, and we usually want to attack with him. Everything, and Goblin Javelineer, another new card, is a 1 mana 1/1 with haste. It is a goblin, and whenever it's blocked, it deals 1 damage to target creature blocking it, which means if it's blocked by something with 1 toughness, it kills it, and you keep your goblin. And it also means it can trade with things with 2 toughness, or anything with toughness equal to 1 plus its power if you have buffed it with Battlecry Goblin and your Anthem effects. Speaking of anthems, we have Rally the Ranks. 2 mana enchantment gives you all your goblins +1/+1. It is the reason we are splashing white. I tried Showdown of the Skalds. I didn't think waiting until turn 4 to play any card really was worth it in this deck. As you may notice, all of our spells are CMC 1 through 3. Getting to land 4 is often difficult since we're not really drawing cards at all, and we want to be as aggressive as possible, usually win before we get there. And yeah, other old favorites are Fireblade Charger, 1-drop that's been in mono red for a while, deals damage equal to its power to any target when it dies, has haste if you equip it. Our only equipment is Dueling Rapier, which for 1 mana gives a creature +2/+0, which is pretty decent rate, especially since it can give your Fireblade Charger haste, and can help trigger Pack Tactics as well. Hobgoblin Captain, also Pack Tactics, gives it first strike. It is a 2 mana 3/1, decent aggressive rate. And for, alright, finish the creatures first. Relic Robber, rare goblin from Zendikar Rising. When it deals combat damage to a player, they get an 0/1 colorless goblin construct artifact creature token that can't block and deals 1 damage to that player at the beginning of their upkeep. Can be a very fast clock if it is not dealt with quickly. Hulking Bugbear, just a 3/3 haste, also a goblin, decent uncommon from the new set. Den of the Bugbear is another goblin as a land. Enters untapped if it is the first or second land you play, and for 4 mana it becomes a 3/2 goblin until end of turn, which whenever it attacks creates a 1/1 goblin that is attacking. Very good with your anthem effects, better than Faceless Haven here, I believe, because it taps for red. All of our spells are red except for Rally the Ranks, and it gives you 2 goblins, which gets more value out of your anthem effects, whereas Faceless Haven is just 1 goblin. For removal, we've got Shock and Royal Eruption. I didn't run Frostbite because in 2 colors with Den of the Bugbear, I didn't find we had 3 snow sources very often, and Shock can go face, so I figured that's usually better. And Royal Eruption, 2 mana for 3 damage, can also go face. That's pretty much why that card is there as well. And also some Shatter Skull Smashings, which can remove a blocker, can be played as a land, just good. Versatile card. You could run Spikefield Hazard instead. They're pretty similarly good here. I figured having the untapped land was more effective than having the slightly better rate on the removal spell if you're casting it for less than 5 mana. And for white to cast Rally the Ranks, we have 4 Snarls and 4 Pathways. That is the deck. Let's go try it out. Sure. Got lands and gobbos. Guess we'll start with the hasty one. block that. See, Illuminarch we can take out with Shatter Skull Smashing. I don't think I want to trade for this monk. I think we're racing here. They don't know that because they don't know their Illuminarch is dead. But we are racing. Next turn we can either smash something else or Fireblade Charger with a Rapier. Alright, they're still attacking. Or we can Relic Rob, which is also pretty decent. Though if we Relic Rob, they just trade with their 2/2 monk, I'd imagine. So let's Charger. Have to do this pre-combat to give the Charger haste. Jumps the 3/1 short. Skyclave Apparition's rough. But just trades with the Relic Robber. And we have Shock in case they don't block and try and go for lethal. Shock the Apparition in response before the Spellbinder takes it. Now they've only got 3 blockers. 2 blockers. Take it. And we have the mana to power up our Bugbear, so they're super dead. Yeah, that token can't block. Yeah, get out of here. We'll need to find a land. We don't have any cheap goblins. I'll try it. I'm Shocking Face just yet. Do I Royal Erupt Face? Probably not. Faceless Haven's usually creature decks. They are also playing Goblins. That will take a shock. It is a tapped land, unfortunately. So we can't get our Relic Robber down. They have a 3 toughness creature, which is why we kept the Royal Eruption. If we had a white source, we could get this rally down, but we do not. We will offer the trade with our Bugbear. No takers. Relic Robber and Shock does not hit that, so we're probably dead. See if we can get our own Relic Robber going. holds the bugbear back to block, I believe. Unless they have frostbite. Oh, these get buffed by the Lord. Haven't played this mirror before. That's rough. So they can attack us. That's pretty much game. Yeah. Did not realize those tokens were goblins. Yeah, it's pretty good. 2 goblins, 2 removal spells, both colors of lands. Platinum Angel Sleeves is probably not an aggro gamer. Come on. Here's a Javelineer. Nope, they're aggro. See if they want to block. They might not know what Javelineer does. We can remove the Usher next turn if necessary. It's better to get our aggressive creatures down, so they can attack as soon as possible. Obviously not blocking. Battlecry Goblin is worth much more than Usher of the Fallen. Battlefield Raptor, huh? Well, I think I just shock that. And then buff to attack for 5. Don't quite trigger Pack Tactics, unfortunately, but I think that's better than Royal Erupting the Usher. Now Royal Erupting the Usher is much more attractive. Damage, blown out, and I'll attack for 5 again. First Strike does not protect you against Royal Eruption. Verdane, also not safe. And we can play the Bandit Lord, which gets them to 3, which they probably can't come back from, just using every card we've drawn perfectly. Can you get out of this one, opponent? If they had Skyclave App, they probably would have played it already. Yeah, we got him. Sure, Shock's a good card, right? Shock is a good card, but not as good as Rally the Ranks here. since they have a 1-drop. They do not use it though. Right, so we'll get rid of the 2/2. And we can play the Fire Blade Charger. They can Blizzard Brawl if they have it. That's probably their best play. Yeah, since they don't have triple green for the 4/4. Another Ranger class is annoying. So once they do get around to attacking, creatures are going to be quite large. I guess I can just shock both of these. That's not bad. It's better than playing Battlecry Goblin and trading the Javelineer. Ranger class, alright. Let's see. Here, if we Royal Eruption, then they power up their Rangers classes and start attacking us. I think here we want to develop the board some. I think Battlecry Goblin is just generally better than the Hobgoblin Captain. The long game does not favor us, but neither does trading down our cards, as would trading the Javelineer for their 2/2 token would be. The 4/4, but that can just trade with these if I activate the Battlecry Goblin. There's a land. Let's see, if we activate first, we get to make a token, or we could play the Hobgoblin Captain and set up for a better attack next turn, which I think is still the play. If we get another land off the top, we can have a pretty good turn. By either pumping squad twice with Battlecry or Royal Erupting something. They do get to grow their creatures quite a bit by attacking us, but they are at 11 and we are at 20 with very threatening cards on board. And they have one of the largest bombs in the format. Okay. That's a problem. Just a casual 3-for-1 right there. Not much we can do about it. We don't run artifact destruction here. Or the 4 damage and instant speed. Well, we'll go all in here. Let's see where it ends up. Do get to trigger our pack tactics. And we can give everything 4 power with the Battlecry Goblin. Let them decide their blocks first. Okay, not using the chariot. Jumps one token away. Yep, so we need to pump once here to kill their troll, which we would do anyway. And then Royal Eruption can stop them from being able to power up the chariot. And we get to keep both of our 2-drops. Which is pretty good. So do I take out the 2/2 here? Do I try and go face with this? Well, I can't power up the chariot anyway, unless they use the Faceless Haven to do it. We'll just use our mana efficiently. Don't draw anything good, we should have them. Old Growth Troll comes back tapped, so that can't block. Alright, they draw land, so they're going to have to block with Faceless Haven, or use Faceless Haven to power up the chariot. And then they have to jump with their Sentinel and we still trade. Trade with either the Chariot or Faceless Haven, and then they take 4. See, is Bandit Lord better than pumping twice here? I don't think so, right? Pumping twice is 2 more damage here. Bandit Lord is 1 more, assuming they block properly. Though Bandit Lord is better for next turn. So that's the difference between them going to 4 and going to 3. We've already used 2 Royal Eruptions. No, just 1. I'll go with the Bandit Lord. Having that extra body for next turn can be important. Chariot or Faceless Haven trade with the Battlecry Goblin either way. That doesn't make a difference. They do survive here, and they get to make the 4/4 from the Old Growth Troll, if they block properly anyway. Alright, they elect not to use the Chariot, sure. They still need something decent off the top to survive. Well, any blocker, that is, or Blizzard Brawl. per man. Guess they can attack with the chariot here and make another 4/4, which will help them if they can survive this turn. Yeah. But we've got a lot of hasty top decks that will make sure they don't survive this turn, no matter what their card is here. Looks like it is Blizzard Brawl. Just reading our creatures. What do you got? It's just one card. The decision can't be that difficult. Is this how you get to rank 700? You just play slowly? People get bored? Inscription. Okay. Essentially the same as Blizzard Brawl. That is not one of the draws that lets us through here. It does keep us alive, though, as we can use it to kill this 4/4 after it blocks our Bandit Lord. And then we need shock or something. I don't think we get anywhere by not getting them to 1. They'll just keep the Lord. Maybe. No, didn't think so. So we kill that so we don't die on the crackback. Well, we wouldn't anyway because they'd have to tap 1 for the chariot. But then they get 3 counters, so we could well die on the crackback if we don't kill this. But now we're just looking for shock or Rolling Eruption, or any haste creature will do it too. Unless they level up Ranger's class and get a 1-drop here off the top. This is why I run Shock over Frostbite, so we can get out of situations like this. And it's land. Rough. So many outs, just could not find one over 2 turns. Yeah, that looks fine. We will find land number 3 eventually. We can play this on white and play the creature that attacks for more. Since we don't appear to need blocking, we don't need to get the 2/2 down. Don't really want to trade that for my Hobgoblin Captain, or trade it for a Shock and a Javelineer, so I think we just play this and hold back. If we find the mountain, we're in really good shape. If not, there's only so much you can do. Spellbinder, I don't care. Any one of these cards will do the trick as long as I find land number 3. There's land number 3. So are we shocking and powering up? I think that's better. Otherwise they get to trade the Spellbinder for our Battlecry Goblin, which I'm not a huge fan of. And we can wait to power up the token, since we have 6 power already. They might choose to block the token. They do not. So I'll power up so they trade with the Javelineer. Go to 6. And I don't conceive of a way that they're not dead next turn. We got them. Red strictly better than white, confirmed. I think we can do better. It's not terrible. We need to find another land. I think we definitely put back the second rally. Alright, there's the land. Rakdos. Right, Valky will take one of our 3 drops. If they have removal for the other, we're probably done here. This is much more efficient than Royal Erupting Valky here. They turn Valky into a 2/3. It attacks for exactly the same amount. Cool. So now I can play this, and I think we'll Royal Erupt theirs rather than attacking, so we get the Bandit Lord back. Although, I did sacrifice quite a bit of damage for that play. Might not be right, but if we top deck an untapped land here, that we have a really good turn. Alright, that just kills the Battlecry Goblin. That's fine. Scourge is a 2/2. easy. 2/2 is shockable. Shocking indeed. Got him.